I'm releasing a game today on Steam. The weird part is, it probably should have come out 3 months ago. This game started as a meme side project, and today I want to go over how it ended up getting stuck in limbo for months, and why I'm finally releasing it now. Back in January 2026, at the start of this year, there was a meme that completely took over the internet. It had a bunch of names: Nihilist Penguin, The Lonely Penguin, But Why, all centered around the resurfacing of a clip from Werner Herzog's 2007 documentary, where a penguin wanders away from its group and heads towards the mountains, basically into certain death. And at the time, my thought was, if we can make a game fast and ship it fast, maybe we can ride that meme wave. In my head, this was simple. 1 week to make it, 1 week to market it, put it out, done. Looking back, I had absolutely no idea how wrong I was. At first, development actually went very well. This was especially surprising because we had never completed a full game before, let alone ship one to Steam. We got the core Unity systems working, pulled together some assets, and started building something that actually felt legit. A friend even let us use some original music he wrote, which ended up sounding amazing in the game. Then the features started stacking up. We added a weather and time of day system with different skyboxes, and the night one is easily still my favorite. We added some light survival mechanics too, with health and hunger, so you have to dig up these barrels in the snow to then find krill or fish to keep yourself alive. There's even a cinematic camera mode, so you can turn off the HUD and just enjoy the scenery. Although if you forget to check your hunger, you might quietly starve to death. We also made some more cinematic controls for nicer shots with world-based movement and extra zoom. And on top of that, we learned procedural tile generation so that each run could be different. And then built a treadmilling tile system so that the player could travel 70 kilometers without us actually having to load 70 kilometers of map into Unity. And once we added deformable snow and a global dashboard, this dumb little meme project was suddenly looking way more promising than it had any right to. And this is where things started going downhill for Just Keep Waddling. By this point, it was probably mid-February, and we were nowhere near done. The UI still needed work, the Steam release setup still needed work, and on top of all of that, we kept coming up with more ideas. Multiplayer, different terrain, predators, hats, objectives, your classic scope creep. And the problem is, once you start making something and it feels fun, it's really hard not to keep adding to it. But while all that was happening, I was also learning how much extra work goes into putting a game on Steam. There's the capsule art, making the page look decent, setting up the builds, handling store assets, going through the checklist, the approval process, and a bunch of other stuff I hadn't really thought about when this started as a quick meme game. And by the time all of that was setting in, the meme itself had already died off. At that point, motivation kind of disappeared. We wanted to get back to focusing on the main project, and this thing just stopped feeling urgent. So it sat there. The release date came and went, and the project just sat untouched for months, collecting dust while also quietly taking up space in the back of my mind. So why release it now? At a certain point, we made the decision to cut the project where it was. Not because we hated it, and not because we thought it was bad, but because the main project is way bigger and way more important to us. And that is where our focus needs to be. If we ever want to come back later and add more of the fun ideas we had, we can. But for now, this version deserves to actually exist. Just Keep Waddling has actually been approved for Steam release for a couple weeks now, but I felt like I at least owed it some kind of proper send-off before putting it out, which is basically what this video is. Because even though it started as a joke, we still worked hard on it. And honestly, we learned a lot from making it. The game is simple, but there's something kind of relaxing about wandering through Antarctica as a penguin, listening to some original music, taking in the scenery, and just seeing how far you can go. There's also a global leaderboard, which means some of you insane people are probably going to try to grind your way to the top. And technically, the game is designed in a way where you're not really expected to ever finish it. But if you do, honestly, respect, because it's a long journey and it's going to take a long time. We decided to set the price at $4.99, mainly because if we ever do come back and add more content later, we want it to feel worthwhile. But for the launch, we're discounting it by the maximum that Steam allows for a release discount, which is 40%, bringing it down to $2.99. So, what's next? Well, Just Keep Waddling is out now on Steam if you want to check it out. And for me, releasing it means I can finally clear it off my plate and put my full focus back on the main game. And if you've been following the channel, you already know that means I'm still deep in the fishing systems right now. So that's it for this one. A lot of lessons learned, a weird but fun part of the journey, and now it's time to move forward. See ya!